So welcome everybody. My name is James Watson-Hall. I'm one of the global field CTOs working for Hewlett-Packard Enterprise and in conjunction with TD SYNNEX. So in this series, we're going to talk about GreenLake. GreenLake itself means a lot of things: payment vehicle, subscription or consumption. It's a platform. And it's now starting to work its way into some of our product names as well. So I think it's important that we understand why we're doing it and we understand what those elements are. So I'm going to try and keep this really simple and really short for us. So if you think about, most customers, not all customers, but a lot of customers today have dabbled or used the public cloud. And when you talk to those customers, we have today kind of the ones that we hear all the time, which is AWS and Azure. When we talk to customers, they don't necessarily like the cost of the public cloud, but they love the capability to control everything through a single pane of glass or through a single REST API. So being able to bring up workloads, tear down workloads, have elastic storage capabilities, have cheap and deep storage, the experience of the public cloud for most organizations is a very, very positive one. And if you think about, where we are today, we have IoT devices. So that could be a wireless device in an office. An IoT device actually can be a person these days. We have servers, we have storage, and we have networking. All of these products have different interfaces, different UIs. We have a large storage portfolio where we have a 5K, a 6K, a 9K, and we now have GreenLake for block powered by Electra MP. They all have their intricacies of how those operating systems work. So if you compare, same with the servers, we've got one view and we've now got Compute Ops Manager. On the networking side, we've got different ways of managing those. If you compare this world to this world, they are fundamentally or have been fundamentally different. And from a HPE perspective, when we talk about GLCP, you might hear that term, or the GreenLake Cloud Platform, that is our way of building a similar management control plane to what you would have in the public cloud. So now, from an operations point of view or a user's point of view, I only need to learn how to use the tools within the platform to manage any device from HPE, regardless of whether it's in the DC or whether it's in DC2, the DR site, whether it's an edge location. Being able to control, manage, and configure and patch hardware, regardless of where it resides, without having to connect to that location, is what the GreenLake Cloud Platform is about. And so if you think about from a user's point of view, we have different users with different requirements. So inside the platform, we can enable customers to use single sign-on, probably the most popular that we have today, two-factor authentication, dare I say it, username and password. Once you get into the platform, you can then onboard the hardware. That just means you dial home. So it's outbound firewall rules only for the technology across a 256-bit encrypted link. It's really important because a lot of people talk about security these days. So it's a shared responsibility model. And then when you decide which authentication method you use and you decide what you do and do not want to onboard in the platform. So if you're an air-gapped site, you might not onboard anything into the platform because you're not allowed to, because you can't connect to the outside world. But if you do onboard that technology, you can then, with the users, define which applications they're allowed to use because they'll be specific to people's roles and responsibilities. You can decide which hardware they can and cannot see because it might be specific to, PCI compliance, for example, where as an operator, I'm not allowed to see all 16 digits of someone's credit card or debit card. Therefore, I'm only going to see the hardware that I'm allowed to see and manage and operate. And you can also, if you really want to, take it one step further and lock down the platform to a range of IP addresses. So if you think about, how the public cloud works today, the GreenLake Cloud Platform, so I'm going to put that in here, GLCP, is all about providing this experience across HPE technology, regardless of where it resides, and abstracting our customers away from the intricacies of one view versus Compute Ops Manager, or a 5K interface for storage versus a 9K interface, and a fiber channel switch to an IP switch. Our aim is to remove that complexity for customers and let them control anything from anywhere. And then by doing that, with the right roles and controls and responsibilities, enabling us to give more time back to our customers. And that's what this is really about. If you think about, we did a long survey and we asked a lot of customers, what's the one thing we could help with, or what's, how can we make your life easier? And most of them just turn around and says, I'd like to go home on time. So you think about, patching. So I'm going to put COM up here, so Compute Ops Manager, and I'm going to put Data Services Cloud Console up here, which is the set of applications to manage storage, so server and storage. Even if you're the smallest organization, you might have 2 20 terabyte arrays, you might have 8 rack mount DL servers. Being informed through the platform that there's a firmware patch available, being told whether that's mandatory, normally security ones, or optional or recommended, being given the release notes and using these tools to patch all 10 devices without having to go to or connect to the data center and not have to look for the patch or monitor patch information and not have to go and download the patch and install it or put it onto all 10 devices so you can do the upgrade, having all of that done for you through a single pane of glass is one example of how we give time back to our customers to do something more valuable. So when you hear the term GLCP or the GreenLake Cloud Platform, that is our version of the AWS or Azure or Google or Alibaba console. And it is designed to give customers more control, more flexibility, control regardless of whether the technology is in the core or the edge or, a DR site, and being able to hopefully take some of the pain away that is associated with some of the tasks that has to be done and make those easier so they can go do something more valuable. And when we tie that in with AI Ops is designed to help our customers keep the lights on. So this is about making things easy, and this is about keeping the lights on. We're never going to eradicate all of the problems that you see in hardware or in a data center or an edge site, but if we can monitor the hardware and we know what good looks like and what bad looks like, what we want to do is help keep the lights on. So continuously help customers optimize their platforms, see things that we don't like, that we know are going to lead to a bad thing, and head that off on the pass. Auto create cases for customers, eliminate level 1 and 2 support. So the customers go straight to level 3 because we're doing as much as we can in this platform. All of this is designed to give our customers more time to go and do something more valuable. And this platform is available for CapEx, for subscription, for consumption, we're going to talk about those next, and for lease. So even though it says GreenLake Cloud Platform, and we have probably not done a great job at, educating, partners and customers in this fact, just because it says GreenLake does not mean you need to be a consumption or subscription customer. It is there for any customer that wants to use the technology, regardless of how they have paid for it. And as an example, we have Nimble Gen 5 all the way up to GreenLake for block storage and file storage powered by Electra MP available in the platform. All rack mount servers. So Intel, AMD, what was Apollo, which is now Electra 4000, available to manage inside the platform. And all of our networking equipment available to manage inside the platform. So regardless of how you pay for it, we're going to give you this experience, the public cloud experience, or we're going to give our customers the public cloud experience. We're going to abstract them away from the intricacies of all the different interfaces and GUIs that we have on our technology. We are going to release them from having to connect to all of these sites to manage this technology. We're going to use AI Ops to help them keep the lights on, and we're going to use the tooling inside the platform to dramatically simplify the management of our technology. As the last example in DSCC, in here we have intent-based provisioning. That application knows how to talk to our entire storage portfolio. So you could have a 5K, a 6K, a 9K, a Primera, a Nimble Gen 5, or a GreenLake for block storage powered by Electra MP. You need to understand and learn one application, and that knows how to provision across all of those portfolio products. So then think about extending that out to here, and then extending that out to network. This is what the platform, the GreenLake Cloud Platform, does for our customers. It's why it's really important that as partners and HPE sellers, we make sure our customers understand the value of the platform regardless of the payment vehicle. So I hope that's made sense. My name is James Hall. Happy selling, and I will see you for the next Lightboard session.